Hey Dad, I was gonna go do that towing test. Can I use your truck?
No, I don't want you using that one.
Okay. Well, can I use this truck?
No,
What about this one?
definitely no.
What about this one?
That's my actual truck.
Fine. What about this one?
Are you kidding me?
What about this one?
No,
What about...
no. It's still dirty from last time.
Fine. Well, can I use this one?
No?
This one?
No.
This one?
Sure.
It's not even a truck though.
You're right. Get off.
What about this one?
Stop asking me.
You said I could use something. What do you want me to use? Hey, I'm Ben Cherokee, and today we're gonna do a towing test. We're gonna find out if the old truck can keep up with the new truck. This is what we got for today's video. Here we go. Ever seen a scooter do a burnout? Yeah.
One truck heist later.
That's not going nowhere. I'm Ben Cherokee. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. We're here at Parleys Canyon, right there. We're going to be doing a towing test. We got 2019 GMC, the 96 F350. We got something special today. We got a 2016 F350 XLT, which is basically this guy's grandkid or kid, 20 years younger. Exactly the same thing, XLT, everything's basically comparable to that truck. So we're gonna do a towing test. Don't have a thing to monitor EGTs on that one, so we'll just have to guess, but hopefully it's all good. Okay, we're gonna do a squat test. Loaded trailer. So sitting empty, we're about 22 5/8. We're gonna lower it down. We use a hydraulic jack because it's America. We have the best of the best. So loaded, we are 19 5/8, so 3 inches on drop on this truck. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start our Parleys run. We're at the chain up area. Bruh. We're gonna start at the same light post every time. We'll run up to the summit and we'll just keep the time on it. This is a variable speed limit. The speed limit's 65, so we're gonna see if we can hold 65 all the way up. We're in the 2019 GMC, so it's kind of be the base point for everything because it should be able to hold 65 all the way up. If it doesn't, for sure the other two won't. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Tire spin a little bit. Means the truck's got a lot of power. So get up to speed, watch the EGTs right now. They're climbing 1400 right now. I'm just going as fast as it'll let me go, pedal to the floor to get up to speed limit here. Reaching 1450. Now it's starting to defuel, bringing it back down, 1400. It's going back up. Okay, there's 65, about 32 seconds. Well, the EGTs are pretty high, about 1250 to 1300 right now. Coolant's good, trans is good. So I will do, the goal is to keep the EGTs under 1250 because that's going to be my goal with the other truck. So what I will do with the other truck is I'll downshift. So to make it fair, if I have to, I'll downshift with this truck as well to force it into a lower gear, bring the RPMs up, and that will bring the EGTs down because it'll run a little bit more boost pressure. See, it's holding 6th and it has enough power, but I'll manually bring it down into 5th gear just so I can force it to, you know, build a little more boost, keep the EGTs down a little bit. Traffic isn't too terrible today, but I'll just try and do my best to get around everybody, make sure we can maintain that 65. So far, no problem. Still sitting around 1300 degrees. I'm holding it down in 5th right now. I might drop it to 4th just to force it to build a little more pressure. We're in a little flat spot, so I'll hold off for a minute. Once we come to a steep spot, might try 4th gear to hold the EGTs down. It's got plenty of power to do it in the other gears, but the whole goal is to keep the EGTs down. I have a gauge to monitor that. I have one in the other old truck as well. There isn't one in the Ford, so we'll just have to let the Ford do what it does. My wife's might be bringing one up. We're gonna try a little scan tool to see if it will bring up EGTs, but I'm not sure. As of right now, it doesn't have anything. We're gonna try a little tuner deal to see if it'll work. So far, so good. The biggest pole of this hill is right at the very top. There's a half mile or so of very, very steep hill, so we'll see what happens when we get up to there. So far, holding 65 very easily. A little bit of traffic coming up the hill, and that'll affect the time a little bit, but hopefully it's not too drastic. So momentum's a big thing coming up these hills. If you can't maintain your 65, you have to slow down for someone. That'll drastic your time by a lot, because it's easy to hold 65 all the way up, but if you have to drop down and back up, drop down, back up, it's a lot harder to gain speed rather than maintain a speed. This is the steep part of Parleys, so all the way up. I'm at 65 right now. Drop down into 4th gear. So we're running 65, 66. Pedal to the floor right now. It's everything the truck's got. Down in 4th gear, 1402 degrees. So running right around 1300 degrees. If I punch it, it does give it a little more. It'll build it up to 1400, but it's holding 65 right at 1300 degrees. So I'm just gonna keep it right there. Again, the small car's slowing down right here. So we're down around 55 now. There's a car right in front of me, so I have to slow down, see if we can get back up. Now I'm pedal to the floor, running 56 miles an hour, 1400 degrees, slowly picking up speed. 59, 60, 1429 degrees right now, 1436, 61, 62, 1443, 1450.
Wow.
That's pretty hot. I wouldn't run the other truck that hot. Holy cow. But that's what this truck is stock tuned is, to see what it coming up to the summit, so I'm gonna get the timer ready. Stop it right as I pass the Parleys Summit exit sign, which is right now. 9 minutes, 1 second. So today's towing test is sponsored by Daddy's Money.
Daddy's money. Daddy's money. Daddy's money. Daddy's money. Daddy's money.
What he's brought to us today is a Texas Pride tilt deck trailer and a half-ton F-150. Texas Pride trailer weighs about 5,700 pounds, half-ton F-150 right about 6,000. So total 11,700 pounds. We're going to be towing up Parleys Canyon today. Okay, now we're gonna hook up to the old truck. It's starting at 22 5/8 as well. 2, 19 5/8, 3 inches. Same thing as the other truck. Okay, we're gonna hook up this truck now. Original is 23 inches. There we are. 20 and an 8, so just under 3 inches drop on this truck. Okay, we're here in the 2016 F350 and we're in the old truck. Same thing, same spot. Here we go, up the canyon. I'm gonna start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Now this truck's different because it wants to shift up really fast. So I will manually control the gears. Even though it's an automatic transmission, I'll kind of hold the gears back to force it to run a little higher RPM. And 1300 degrees. 55, 60, 65, 1550 degrees. It's pretty hot.
Meanwhile,
I wouldn't run the other truck that hot, holy cow. I'm gonna try and stay out of it, keep the EGTs down where I like them. We're at 1350 right now. Running 4th gear, 65 miles an hour. Again, this is kind of the easier spot to run up. This truck's different. If I just go pedal to the floor, it has a lot of power, but it'll overheat the engine really fast. So I have to pay attention and manually keep the EGTs down by letting my foot out of it and shifting down. Not like the other truck where I can just go pedal to the floor and, you know, it has all the computers and everything to help it keep itself under temperature, whereas the old trucks don't, so you have to do it manually. They don't have an EGT gauge. We brought the tuner up. It does not read EGTs. Google said it would. It doesn't, so we're just gonna go without it. So I got the tuner plugged in. It looks like it won't let us do an EGT monitor. I can do engine oil and I can do engine load, but there's no EGT. There's DPF, strut mass, a bunch of other things, but it won't allow me to do the EGTs. So I guess we're just gonna go up without knowing. Pedal to the floor right now, getting up to 65. Right there. Now I'll just hold it at 65 all the way up. See what it'll do. See if it'll do it. This old truck has a little bit bigger turbo, so it doesn't build as much boost, but it puts a little more volume in it. But it definitely doesn't help with keeping the EGTs down. If Becca has an EGT counter on how many times I've said it, we're gonna have problems. Moderate EGTs. Watch the EGTs, the EGTs, the EGTs, 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 the EGTs down, the EGTs up, the EGTs, EGTs, the EGTs, EGT. I do say EGTs a lot. So, still running 65, or just under 65. We're 1400 degrees, 13 psi boost. About 1400 degrees right now. Still maintaining 65 through here. About 200 RPM. Run 65. Back up to that 65 mark. Just merged over. Pedal to the floor right now, back to 65, running the 4th gear. See if they'll move over and let me over. That's the cam truck right there, they're blocking me. 8:59. It's about 2 seconds quicker than the other truck. Just past the other truck. We're at 9:06 right now, so it's a little slower. Especially coming up this part, it slows you down quite a bit to run a little slower. Everything's starting to get heat soaked now, so we're down around 56 miles per hour, 1300 degrees, 12 pounds of boost. I'm starting to back off because everything's starting to get hot. Engine oil's getting hot, coolant's getting hot. Well, not as quite as good as the other truck. We've got a semi that cut us off right here, so we're not going to get a super accurate time, but basically what that says, it'll run 55 up the steep part of the hill, 55 to 60. It won't keep up 65 like the other truck would. That's time right there. 9:47:30 to the spot. So we just did the second run, took this truck up, got a little held up. There's some traffic on the way up there, so we slowed down a little bit. It got really hot. I don't usually push this truck that fast, so instead of doing another run, we're just gonna call it quits. So I don't want to blow anything up today. So we just went up Parleys with all 3 trucks. We just got back down. Ford did it in just under 9 minutes, like a second. It was 8:59. There's no traffic. GMC did it in 9:01, but we hit a couple of traffic spots on the way up. I think if there was no traffic in either one, they would do it exactly the same, about the same power, same everything like that. This one's got a lot more miles. It's got 247. That's only got 56,000. Obviously a little bit more miles, but still a very nice truck. Runs great. Obviously, if you were picking between this and the old truck, this might be a better option because it's relatively the same price, but it does a lot nicer stuff. GMC obviously did it really good. It's the Denali, so it's obviously way more loaded than just an XLT, but we go up the mountain the same. There's so many comparisons between these two engines that I'm not gonna get into it too bad. The big thing was to see if the old behemoth keep up with the new trucks. And what we saw today is it kind of can, but it can't. It got really hot. EGTs were way higher than at least the GMC. I assume the Ford was relatively same to the GMC. The EGTs were way hot. Engine oil got hot. Coolant's temperature started going up. That's way harder than I've ever really pushed this truck before. I just wanted to see if it would do it, and it got up there in 9:47. We didn't have a really bad slowdown. Maybe it could have been a little closer, but even still, pulling up the big steep grade, it would only go 55, 57 miles an hour, whereas those could hold 65 pretty easily up the steep stuff. Running empty down the road, it does just fine, but as soon as you go up the steep grade, that's where this falls short. We're gonna head back, get everything unloaded, and call it a day. So anyway, someone's calling me. Oh shoot, it's Dad. Hello? Yeah? Yeah, I took 4 of them. Yeah, the trailer too. Yeah. Yeah, I'll bring them back. Okay, bye. Dad wants his trucks back. We gotta go.
Oh shoot. Sound check?
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum, ba-dum.
Daddy's money. Daddy's money. Daddy's